Sunrise over the Himalayas. Few places on earth can provide such dramatic landscape as the vast natural barrier of Pakistan's northern frontier. Here above the glacial stillness stands the world's second highest mountain, the remote and mysterious K2. From the world's highest lake, steep valleys plunge into the wonderland of Hunza, a jewel carved from rock which gave birth to the legend of Shangri-La and fables of a race of people who never age. Unexpectedly, you can discover one of the engineering marvels of modern times, the Karakoram Highway, snaking through the mountains to link Pakistan with China, a monument to the hundreds who died during its construction. But this is nature's marvel too, natural splendor wrought by the hand of God. Garden Fort is a reminder of the invaders who, throughout history, have crossed and recrossed this land. In Gilgit, it was the British who last came here and discovered the wildly competitive native sport of polo, played by local horsemen, and the even more skillful game of tent pegging. And every traveler will find in these northern Pakistanis an enduring charm. South from Gilgit lies Chitral, the gateway to the highlands, a fortress town where the Kalash tribe followed pagan religious rituals thousands of years old. Follow the sweep of the magnificent scenery down towards the plains, and one is taken through the Swat Valley, once described by a Pathan poet as a land intended to give gladness to kings. On the Swat River, fishermen ply their trade in boats of cowskins, as they have done for centuries. Nearby, as everywhere in Pakistan, reminders of the many and varied ancient beliefs from such faded kingdoms as Gandhara and its capital Taxila, once the center of the Buddhist civilization. And the gateway to the subcontinent, the Khyber Pass. In the care of the magnificent Khyber rifles, made immortal by that prince of storytellers, Kipling. And in ancient Peshawar, more masters of his art ply their craft in the city's street of storytellers. Peaceful pursuits. But in this country of the fiercely proud Pathan, craftsmen will sell you a cannon or a small handgun off the shelf at the local gun shop. Islamic for 1,000 years, the landscape is pierced by the minaret of a mosque, and the Islamic tradition of learning is strong. Leaving the highlands, the terrain changes, along with the pattern of life. Islamabad, Islamic capital of Pakistan, and its twin city, the ancient marketplace of Rawalpindi, a shopper's paradise. The world's biggest earth-filled dam is at Tabila. To the north is Murray, a resort in both summer and winter. The mighty Rohtas Fort guards the road to Lahore, winding through fertile farmland. Lahore, capital of the Punjab and teeming with life and memories of its long and turbulent history. Badshahi Mosque has the largest courtyard in the world, a giant tribute to the heritage which goes back to the beginnings of Islam and even further to the time of Buddha. priceless relic in Lahore Museum, for the city's art and architecture is a legacy of the Mughal dynasty which once ruled here, and Kim's Gum, relic of a more recent past. Lahore is the cultural, architectural and artistic capital of Pakistan and offers the visitor an unending succession of fascinating corners and islands of tranquility which softly reflect their Islamic inspiration. The parallel tradition of trade, which made Lahore great, is still to be found in the Anakali Bazaar. And each year thousands flock to the city for the big event of the calendar, the Lahore Horse and Cattle Show. Leave Lahore and travel south, and you come to the ruined city of Harappa. Together with Mohenjo-daro, it formed the Indus Valley civilization, which existed long before that of ancient Greece. West of Harappa is the road to Baluchistan. Passing through Multan, shrine of the patron saint Rukni Alam, a masterpiece of 11th century craft. And today the bazaars of Multan are still famous for the delicacy of their craftsmanship. Trains to Baluchistan cross the Kojak Pass and into rugged country. It's prone to earthquakes, and the violence of nature is evident in these rock fissures. It is a province of small towns, and it was to this unhurried province that Pakistan's founder, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, came to pass his last days here at Ziyarat. The capital is Quetta, which stands on an oasis of green land and orchards. This is the place to eat exotic food and drink coffee from silver pots. On the coast of Baluchistan, the visitor will find a friendly welcome among the fishermen who make their living from the depths of the silky Arabian Sea. Inland, the camel, the ship of the desert, plies the trade routes. Modern rail systems exist, but the age of the steam engine still prevails. Across the border into Sindh province stands Succa on the Indus River. Once the base for the invading armies of Alexander the Great, this thriving city lives as it always did, on the natural highway of Pakistan's mighty river. The smiles of these young Sindhis in national costume echo the beauty of the region and the magnificence of man-made spiritual shrines. Hyderabad, a cosmopolitan centre famed for its potters and carriage makers. Hyderabad came into existence only when, in the 18th century, the Indus River suddenly changed its course. It rapidly rose to importance, and its great oval fort still dominates the city, while unhurried traffic follows the slow-moving Indus. Another Alexandrian encampment was Thatta, a city with a history going back thousands of years in time. Not far from the city is the necropolis of the Bakhli Hills, where hundreds of tombs are covered with Quranic inscriptions. And on the way to the city of Karachi stand the ornate Chakundi tombs. Karachi, the modern high-rise city which is the commercial and industrial heart of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. On the Indus estuary, Pakistan's principal port harbors international trade, shipbuilding and fishing. Clifton Beach is the city's recreational centre, complete with camel rides and a snake charmer. But Karachi is also the heart of Pakistan. For within the city stands the tomb of the man who is rightly called the father of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. His marble mausoleum is the hub of the city, a monument for those who come in their thousands to pay their tribute to a man who built a nation out of the eternal truth of Islam.